It is unbelievable that injustice can be taken to such a ridiculous level in Nigeria, where the court's instruction uh, directing the DSS to allow a change of clothes by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra was turned down. It is a height of injustice, intimidation, and of course, uh, an infringement to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental right. The excuse presented by the DSS department in defense of such a position was that the clothes or the raiment brought for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu by his own relatives or well-wishers has the design of Isiago. Could that be a justifying, of course, uh, condition for denying Nnamdi Kanu the change of raiment for close to what I may call for more than 6 months? It is injustice taken to such ridiculous level. What a shame, what an embarrassment, what a national embarrassment. Of course, the DSS have caused the Nigerian state. Isiago is just a design, of course, uh, being appreciated by every average Igbo man. It is an Igbo man traditional wear, and you cannot in any way I mean, I mean deny an average Igbo man what he should wear. It is a cloth, of course, that represents tradition, Igbo tradition, where you can, of course, easily identify an Igbo man symbolizing the Isiago, symbolizing the strength and unity of the Igbo race. But it is very unfortunate that this is coming in a country that is said to be a secular state, a country which everyone is allowed to express his traditional political, of course, opinions. What a shame. Well, this and many other we shall be looking at in this edition of the political rumbles. Once again, I welcome you to this wonderful edition. I remain Chigozie Ndibo. Yes, another, of course, bombshell has been released against the Nigerian state by the Kenyan government. Of course, a case was filed, of course, on in recent time against the Nigerian state, where the Kenyan Attorney General disclosed to the public, of course, stating, let me read it clearly. It said the Kenyan government has disclosed that there is no immigration record of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, departing the country after his arrival on the 12th May 2021. It discloses in an affidavit drawn up and filed by the Kenyan Attorney General and disposed in Nairobi, on the 10th February 2022. In the affidavits, the government of Kenya attached Kanu's arrival and departure record from Kenya from the 17th July 2019 to 12th May 2022, when he last entered the Kenyan country. Wow! Could this be another blessing in the skies for the people of the indigenous people of Biafra, or for the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. This is a very sensitive case where the Attorney General of Kenya expressly or legally, officially, of course, denounced the involvement of Kenyan government in what is described as the highest, of course, uh, breach of fundamental human rights in the history of humanity, that resorted to the extraordinary rendition against the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, where he was kidnapped from the Kenyan soil without due process. There was no documentation to this effect that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu officially left the Kenyan states to Nigeria. Wow, this is a very devastating blow against another nail, of course, that have been fixed against the Nigerian coffin. Could Nigeria ever escape this level of devastation? Wow, what a great victory for the indigenous people of Biafra and his leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Indeed, it is very ridiculous for an a well-established security outfit known as DSS, State Security Service, could, be brought to such a demeaning level by, of course, refusing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a change of clothes on the basis that he made a choice to wear and identify with his own people, just like an average Ijaw man will also wear the Ijaw regalias, and the average Hausa man will always wear babariga, and the average Yoruba man will also wear agbada. So the same thing applies to an Igbo man identifying with Isiagu cloth. It is not a crime, but this was the basis for which the heartless, the cruel DSS, of course, denied Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the change of raiment for over 7 months. What height of wickedness? What barbaric state is this? It's very unfortunate. It's so what? It is very ridiculous and unheard of that only on the basis that he chooses, of course, not to wear the white man's dress or traditional wear. He did not choose to wear a Yoruba man agbada. He did not choose to wear an Hausa man babariga. He did not choose to wear, of course, an Ijaw man's regalia. But he freely, of course, an Igbo man will want to express, of course, will want to wear the traditional wear. The Isiagu is the traditional wear of an Igbo people, which symbolizes the Igbo culture and promotes the Igbo cultural and socio-cultural, of course, affiliations, and which represent the strength and the symbol of unity. It is such ridiculous and unacceptable position. What a shame! What a shame! Indeed, the government have expressed that she could go to such lengths in intimidating an innocent man, a man who is, by the Nigerian constitution or position of the law, is presumed innocent. To this effect, what a great shame. It's an indictment on the Nigerian state, and of course, they have no reason to continue to detain the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra behind the bar. This is a clear indictment, a clear infringement of his right of existence, on his right of and privileges as an Igbo son. It is an attack against the Igbo people. It is an attack against Ndibo, and this should not be seen as just an attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but that in generality, an attack against an average Igbo man standing today. And we all must lend our voice against this impunity, against this genocide orchestrated and designed to exterminate the entire Igbo race, as rightly claimed by the Buhari himself, Muhammadu Buhari, that he's going to wipe off the dots in the cycle. But this is very ridiculous that injustice could be taken to such a ridiculous level. What a shame. Now it has been officially established by the Kenyan highest, of course, or Chief Justice, that Nnamdi Kanu's departure from Kenya was not officially registered. By implication, this is the highest criminality, international criminality. This is the highest level of impunity ever exhibited in the history of mankind, that there was no proper documentation of departure from Kenya by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, which clearly states and expresses the involvement of Nigeria in adoption of a Biafran city, of a British citizen from the Kenyan soil, without consultations, without the involvement of the British government. And of course, this is a diplomatic breach, is an international crime that is, of course, subject to sanctions. And will Nigeria survive? These are more, established positions. Well, what could the Nigerian state or the legal counsel to the Nigerian state do to escape this trap? And the world is watching. Of course, the case has been adjourned to the 8th of April, but the fact remains that all the allegations levied against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu were just dead on arrival. You see, Nigerian state are just groveling in darkness. You cannot benefit from your own crime against humanity. You have violated international laws and diplomatic, of course, proceedings. So in this case, you have no right to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Well, in the next, of course, evening political rumbles, we shall throw more light on this position and the perspective of a common man on the street. Until we meet again, do have a great day. But don't forget to hit the like buttons. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Thank you and bye.